Good morning. Welcome back to a new week of phonics. We are going to be working today on a new letter, but before we get started, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to need. You're going to need your alphabet strip. You're going to need your phonics paper, and you're going to need your handwriting paper. Those are the three things that Miss Elmore needs you to have. We are going to be looking at our capital and lowercase h today. But before we get there, let's talk about how many letters we have in the alphabet. How many letters do we have if we go all the way from A all the way to Z? What kind of letters do we have? We have 26 letters. Some are vowels that are red. Some are consonants that are black. Good job. Let's start, and we're going to just name our vowels. So I want you to get your pointer finger ready. Ready? Pointer finger ready. And I want you to point to each vowel. Only the vowel, not all your letters, just the vowel. Ready? A, E, I, O, and U. Let's do it one more time. A, E, I, O, and U. So let's look at those a little bit bigger. This is my capital A and my lowercase a. The next one we have is E. This is my capital E, my lowercase e. Capital I, lowercase I. A-E-I, what comes next? O, good. And then we have A-E-I-O and U. Notice how Miss Elmore also wrote those in red. I wrote those in red because they are found on our alphabet strip in red because they are vowels and they have more than one sound. They can have two sounds. A can say a and a. E can say e and e. I can say I and I. O can say ah and o. You can say and you, and we'll get to all of those when we get to that specific letter. So far out of these, we've only done our O. We did the short O sound. What did the short O sound? Ah, ah, ah. Very good. We're going to go over what compound words are today. So we've done this before where we have letters that, of course, make a word. So if I was to write a word up here, I have the word tea. The letters in this order spell tea. I like to drink tea. The letters in this order, C-U-P, are cup. Tea is a word all by itself. Cup is a word all by itself. But we can bring two words together to make one brand new word. So we have tea and we have cup. What do you think that might be all together? This is the word teacup. Teacup. A teacup is actually something that you might drink what out of? Tea, which is kind of silly because that's in the word too. But today we're going to switch it up a little bit. Miss Elmore's going to tell you a word, a compound word, those two words that came together and made one new word. We're going to have that one word and you're going to break it apart and tell Miss Elmore what the two words are. Are you ready? Get your finger, push your button for your brain, say, brain on, turn that brain on for me, okay? Let's get ready. So like if I did teacup, you would tell me tea and cup. Let's try another one. Raincoat. Raincoat. What are the two words you hear in the word raincoat? You should be able to hear rain and coat. Raincoat is rain and coat. Football. Football. What are the two words you hear in the word football? Foot and ball. Good. Let's do racetrack. Racetrack. What are the two words you hear in the word racetrack? Racetrack. You hear race and you hear track. Good job. Let's do dollhouse. Dollhouse. Ready? What two words? Doll and house. Good. We're going to do one more. Dog house. Doghouse. Do you think a dollhouse and a doghouse are the same thing? What would you find in a dollhouse? Probably a doll. What do you think you would find in a doghouse? A dog. Very good. So let's listen to doghouse. What two words do you hear in doghouse? Doghouse. What do you hear? Dog and house. Very good. Dog and house. Today, we're going to be looking at some words, and you're like, words, Ms. Elmore, but why? I'm still learning my letters, because we need to know words too. Some letters go together in a certain order, just like this for T and this for cup, to make words. So we're going to be talking today about some of our sight words that we've already been doing, but we haven't really quite done them this way. So what these are, and you're going to see these in the classroom up on the board. This is not Ms. Elmore's board. I'm borrowing somebody else's right now. But you're going to see these in our classroom up on the board. Now, this is a letter. We're going to talk about two things first. This is a letter. What letter is this? A. But when an A is by itself, it is a word, and it is the word a. This is also a letter, but when it's by itself, it is a word. This is the letter I. But when it's by itself, it says I. Then the next ones are going to be color words we've already done. P-U-R, P-L-E, purple, purple. So this is purple. So we know when it's P-U-R, P-L-E, every time it's purple. This is a new one that we're going to do today, or when you're in class. This is going to be the color word green. G-R-E-E-N, G-R-E-E-N. I know how to spell green, G-R-E-E-N. This is green. Yellow, Y-E-L-L-O-W, yellow. Blue, B-L-U-E, blue. We're going to get better at these. Remember, the more we do them, the more we hear them, the more we see them, the more we say them, the better we're going to get. R-E-D, R-E-D, red. I can spell red, I can spell red. Fire trucks are red, stop signs are red too. R-E-D, R-E-D. Then we're going to have number words. Miss Elmore kind of helped you out a little bit. I have the number up there. What number is that? An O? No, an O is not a number. An O is a letter. This is the number 0. It's going to be Z-E-R-O. And remember, on our big number ones, we actually have the number word on there as well. This one's 0. This one's number 1. O-N-E, 1. This is the number word 2. T-W-O, 2. Notice why it's important to know our letters. This is why. We cannot sound it out like we did with like log, with our vowel followed by a consonant. This is why they're called sight words. We have to just know them by looking at them. Then we're going to have 3, T-H-R-E-E. This is 3. 4, the number word 4, F-O-U-R, 4. And the reason Ms. Elmore says that is because we're going to learn something later that's going to help with that. F-O-U-R, 4. This is 5, F-I-V-E, 5. F-I-V-E, 5. This is going to be our new one that we're going to learn this week, 5. So we've got some colors, some numbers, and a couple of words with our A and with our I. So those are going to be something you're going to see all the time. We're going to learn a new letter today, though, while we're working on things. It is going to be the letter H. This is my lowercase h. This is going to be my new card. It always has the lowercase, but remember, the lowercase and the capital both make the same sound. This is going to be H. Listen to what H sounds like. It's like you're breathing hard. I don't want to do this. Huh, huh. It's not huh. You're adding extra sounds to it. It's just going to be H. We're going to have a new picture card that's going to help us say that sound for H. Our new picture card is going to be a hat. A hat is something that you can wear on your head. Hat, the very first or initial sound that we hear is hat. So we're gonna have H, hat, one more time, H, hat. Some of the other things that we're gonna have that are gonna have this same beginning or initial sound are going to be, but not limited to, what is this? A hippo. Hippo is short for hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. Notice what it's pointing to. It's pointing to her hat. This is a hose, a water hose. Helicopter, helicopter. Hamburger, hamburger. This is an instrument, but it is a horn. Ham. This is my hand. This is a hen. This is a house. Horse. And this is kind of silly, but this is called a hut. People other places live in this. It's like their house, and it is a hut. You notice what somewhere said house. House also has the sound. Let's go ahead and look at our phonics paper. Go ahead and get your phonics paper out for me. It's going to look like this. This is my capital H. This is my lowercase h. We have our hat. Guess what we're going to write by number 1? We are going to write our capital and lowercase h because they sound like For my capital H, I'm going to pull straight down, and connect it. For my lowercase h, it's a tall letter. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to pull straight down, back up, curve around, and down. Now remember, we don't have to be perfect at this. We're doing it for the very first time, so we're just doing the best we can. Let's look in our box. Let's get our pointer finger ready and point to each one. Ready? L, H, Y, G. Notice we're going left to right, top to bottom. H, O, L, H, O, H, E, H, G, W, H, L. Now you're going to go through and you're only going to circle the ones that are you got it, an H. Let's go ahead and circle all of them that we see that are an H. Your paper should look like Miss Elmore's paper. Do the best you can. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have 6. Now we're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to write our capital and lowercase h. So you are going to have your lines, and then you have your dotted line. They are both tall letters. They're both tall. You're still going to start at the dotted line. You're going to hold your paper. So for my capital H, I'm going to pull straight line down. Now, even if there's another dot over here, I'm not going to this other dot to do my next line. I'm just moving over a little bit, straight line down. So notice it's kind of like 2 number 1s right beside each other. Then I'm going to pull and connect it on the dotted line. Watch again. I'm going to hold my paper. Straight line down, connected in the middle. Straight line down, and connected in the middle. Now for my lowercase h, it's still going to be a tall letter, so it's still going to start at the top as well. It's going to go straight line down, but instead of picking my pencil up, I'm going to go back up to the dotted line, curve around and down. This one's a little trickier, just take your time. Miss Elmore does not want to see this. Do not do a straight line and then pick your pencil up and come back. Miss Elmore can tell when you do that. Don't do that. It's not the right way and it's very messy looking. So watch again. I'm not going to pick my pencil up. Straight line down, back up, around and down. All one motion. Once you start, you're not going to put your pencil back up. Okay, do your very, very, very best today, and Miss Elmore will see you tomorrow.